The soap opera surrounding Vinicius Jr. is not over yet. The Real Madrid striker is still waiting for any movement regarding his future, and the Real Madrid board is looking with concern at this attempted signing. Real Madrid have 2 very hectic weeks ahead of them. The transfer market for this summer is drawing to a close with several open fronts in the offices at Valdebebas. Beyond the instability that always surrounds the future of Rodrigo Goes, the board of directors of Real Madrid must now deal with the attempts of Saudi Arabia. They want to sign Vinicius Jr. Several representatives from the investment fund in that country have been in contact with the agents of the Seven. The footballer, who studied the offer, referred any negotiations to Real Madrid. The executives of the club, upon learning of these conversations, pointed out to the Saudi envoys the termination clause of €1,000 million that appears in the current contract of the green-yellow striker. It therefore seems clear that the Saudi Pro League is not counting on signing Vinicius Jr. this summer. It is too late to try to convince the Madrid bosses. But time is on the side of the investment fund, which is planning to make an even better offer at the end of the current season. It will be a critical moment. A matter of time, especially since the time is approaching to negotiate another renewal with the White Club. In Saudi Arabia, they are eagerly awaiting that moment. If Vinicius Jr. really wants to change teams, he would request an additional clause lower than €350 million, which would considerably facilitate his arrival in the Eastern League. The Valdebebas offices have realized that Saudi Arabia is serious. They are determined to sign Vinicius Jr. For the moment. They have managed to distance themselves from the Real Madrid star, but the situation is in favor of the Whites executives. The impossibility of competing on an economic level is one of the main weak points of the merengue club in this soap opera. Hansi Flick is getting closer to his debut as FC Barcelona coach, but he has already had his first controversial moment at a press conference. The new FC Barcelona manager, Hansi Flick, has given his first press conference, but still has not been able to escape controversy. The statements of the Barca coach have left a strange reminder to the Barca fans, because Flick is clear that this is not the best situation that the Catalan club could have. The general situation both on and off the pitch is not helping. Hansi Flick has not held anything back. When I signed, I knew it wouldn't be easy. The German coach is not hiding anything. He announces that he has an ordeal ahead of him despite the fact that we are still a very strong team. He already has his first starter as Barca coach. The praise for his pupils, however, does not mask the fact that I have come into a situation that I accept and that I cannot change. This expression is slightly reminiscent of what Ronald Koeman, former coach of FC Barcelona, pointed out bluntly in one of his most remembered press conferences. It was September 2021, and the Catalan team was losing 0-3 against Bayern Munich in a Champions League group stage match. There is not much difference. It was then that Koeman pointed out that I cannot complain about the attitude. There is a difference in quality in the team as a whole and a bench that has also improved. In 2 or 3 years, these young players are going to be better. It is very difficult to accept, but this is what there is. Resignation was the common denominator of the Dutchman's time as Barca coach. Now Flick is using this argument, even though the season has not even started, to defend himself and protect his players. The reality is that the situation between that Barcelona and the current one has changed slightly. Some players, as Koeman predicted, have ended up standing out and guarantee Hansi Flick an extra quality that his predecessor never had. Real Madrid is not only the best team in the world for its successes, but also for various policies off the pitch that are beginning to bear fruit at Valdebebas. Various misfortunes in life have resulted in a story of personal improvement that once again shows the values of Real Madrid and its board of directors. One of Florentino Perez's protégés in the Real Madrid youth team is starting to make a name for himself at Valdebebas, deserving it more than anyone else. This story takes us back years, and specifically to the moment when the former footballer of the white team José Antonio Reyes died, tragically as a result of a car accident. A hard blow for the Sevilla Football Club family and also for Real Madrid, where action was immediately taken on the matter. He shines in Valdebebas. This is José Antonio Reyes López, son of the legendary Reyes, who is dazzling with his performances in the pre-season of Real Madrid's juvenile B team. At 16, he is already one of the great promises of La Fabrica. Slowly, he is starting to look like he could be heading to Castilla and, why not, a future in the elite. Cristobal Soria tells everything. The president of Real Madrid was sensational yesterday. He was incredible, and there was a moment when, seeing the situation, how he was and the tragedy we were experiencing, he said that he was going to take charge of his eldest son, the one we have seen, the 11-year-old. It seems that Real Madrid, before the fateful outcome on Saturday, the boy played for a team from the community of Madrid, said the Chiringuito commentator about the whole situation experienced on the day in which José Antonio Reyes lost his life. The Bernabéu board's promises have been kept. It was already planned that he would play for Real Madrid, but he told me that he would take care of Reyes' son until he was 18. Don't worry about anything. I'll take care of him. I wanted to say it because yesterday was a very hard day, but I want to highlight the affection and humanity that the president of Madrid showed. There are long-term market objectives at the Bernabéu. The new Valverde, cheaper than Mastantuono, already has a price. Real Madrid's transfer market is not slowing down much longer on dates where, after having fallen into various operations, the white team is already looking to the new continent. There is a new Federer Valverde on Uruguayan soil and already with a set price that, according to various media, is of interest to the Santiago Bernabéu. This is German Barbas, with a contract until 2026 and a €12 million buyout clause for 60% of his salary. Benfica and Galatasaray are already after him. He is only 16 years old. AS indicates that he is one of the footballers who always gets into the club's retina from the new world, and that his current form is more than similar to that of Federico Valverde and is exciting. I pay a lot of attention to Feed Valverde, especially because of where he came from, because he is Uruguayan, and because I would also like to play in Europe at the level he plays. Since I was a child, at 10 years old, they called me Pajarito, just like him. They always saw some resemblance to me, said the footballer after his debut in May. Cheaper than in Buenos Aires. Franco Mastantuono remains Real Madrid's top priority right now when it comes to footballers born on the other side of the Atlantic. The problem remains the €45 million demanded by River Plate to close his exit from the city of Buenos Aires. We will see which of these names ends up becoming a reality or not for a Real Madrid where the activity at the level of searching for new talents in the new world does not stop, and where equally the frustration surrounding the latest signings is not going to stop the machinery devised since that planning in the summer of 2018. The Alphonso Davies case is set for sentencing following the latest news about the Bayern player. Alphonso Davies is currently torn between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. There are more than important developments in the German press regarding the completion of a plot where in 2025 all the confirmations expected for months by these clubs are expected to arrive. Sky, without mincing words. Florian Plettenberg and Sky are blunt. FC Bayern did not expect Real Madrid to make an offer for Alphonso #Davies in August. Now Carlo Ancelotti has already announced his release in the transfer market. Bayern are very clear that Davies will be the next player in the squad. The plan is the same. If his performance improves under Vincent Kompany, Bayern are willing to improve their offer for a contract renewal in the coming months. Otherwise, a free transfer in 2025 is very likely, with at Real Madrid being the current favorites. Bayern are not aware of a prior agreement between Davies and Real Madrid at the moment, concludes Florian Plettenberg, outlining the timing of the plot. Com in Valdebebas. Real Madrid will not sign Alphonso Davies this summer unless they make a 180-degree turn. The decision has been made internally. However, the Madrid club will try to get him on a free transfer in the summer of 2025. Let's not forget that there is a verbal agreement between the player and Real Madrid for him to be the club's new left-back. Real Madrid have already made up their minds, and the Alphonso Davies case seems set for a verdict in an entity where, right now, Munich is not expecting any official news regarding a plot that promises to change everything in 2025 for both clubs. The offers will not be made in this window, according to Bayern reports.